A tanker turns around in a narrow strip of water, thousands of miles from your home. You never see it happen. But days later, the price at your local gas station changes. An airline adds a fuel surcharge. A delivery company charges more to move the same package, and food in the supermarket becomes slightly more expensive. This is how the Strait of Hormuz reaches your wallet. The modern economy feels invisible. Money moves instantly, and orders cross continents with a single tap. But underneath that digital world, physical goods still have to pass through physical places, and some of those places are dangerously small. The Strait of Hormuz lies between Iran and Oman, connecting the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. At its narrowest point, it is about 54 kilometers wide, but the shipping lanes used by massive tankers are much smaller, just 2 miles in each direction. Through that narrow passage moves close to 20 million barrels of oil every day, roughly a quarter of all oil traded by sea. It also carries nearly 1/5 of the world's liquefied natural gas exports. This is the Chokepoint, an enormous global energy system forced through a tiny physical gate. Countries inside the Persian Gulf cannot simply choose another route. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have pipelines that bypass the strait, but those routes replace only a fraction of the normal flow. For several major exporters, Hormuz remains the only practical way out. Now add war. As fighting between the United States and Iran intensifies, ship traffic slows sharply. Tankers hesitate. Some turn back. Shipping companies reassess the risk of sending crews and cargo through a route exposed to military danger. And the economic shock begins long before the strait closes completely. Oil traders do not wait for a total blockade. They react to probability. If future supplies look less certain, prices rise today. Then comes another invisible cost: war risk insurance. A tanker carrying millions of dollars in cargo must be insured. When the route becomes dangerous, insurance premiums rise. Freight becomes more expensive. Marine fuel costs more. Every company in the supply chain begins paying for uncertainty. Those costs do not stay at sea. Crude oil becomes gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Trucks use diesel. Airlines burn jet fuel. Container ships rely on heavy fuel oil. When energy and transport cost more, businesses pass those increases through the economy. The effect reaches your dinner table too. Farms depend on fuel for machinery and logistics. Fertilizer production is highly sensitive to natural gas prices, while major fertilizer shipments also depend on Gulf trade routes. A disruption raises both the cost of producing food and moving it to store shelves. This does not mean every crisis in Hormuz immediately doubles your cost of living. The impact depends on how long the disruption lasts, how much oil keeps flowing, and whether other producers can fill the gap. But that is exactly why this narrow passage matters. Hormuz does not need to close completely to affect your life. It only needs to become dangerous enough that markets, insurers, and shipping companies start charging for the risk. A conflict may begin between governments and militaries thousands of miles away. But once it reaches a global choke point, it moves into fuel tanks, airline tickets, delivery fees, and supermarket receipts. The Strait of Hormuz is a small place on the map, but your wallet is already connected to it.